Guys, it's Sarah, and today I have a review of Tin Man, written by Sarah Winman. This book comes out today, May 15th, and this is the cutest little book. Look how adorable it is. It's so cute. This was kindly sent to me by Putnam, and I was able to read and review it for you guys, so thank you so much, Putnam. The book is an adult literary fiction, and it follows two young boys who grow up in Oxford, England, and you are basically following their childhoods and the hardships that they went through, along with the relationship that they are building together, which lasts throughout their lifetime. Our main character is a man named Ellis, and when we first meet him in the book, he is in his 40s, and he has pretty much lost everyone who's important to him, so he's really just trying to make it through and survive. And he is very reliant on his father and his stepmother to kind of help him get through the days, just because, you know, he's having a hard time. He has lost everybody in his life pretty much that he loves except for them. And so a lot of this book is reflecting and remembering the people in his life. Ellis had a really hard childhood as well. His mother died when he was very young, and his father was left with him, and his father was not the most supportive man. He was, you know, he didn't handle fatherhood very well. It seemed like he didn't really want to be a father. So Ellis found himself taking refuge with a woman who is a local shop owner in the town, and she kind of takes him under her wing. Her name is Mabel. She has also taken in another little boy under her wing who lost his parents, and his name is Michael. And one day Ellis and Michael meet, and they hit it off right away. So Ellis and Michael become very good and very fast friends, and over time, that friendship turns into something a little bit more, and they find themselves really experimenting with each other and trying to figure out exactly who they are and what it all means. That was all taking place in the 70s and 80s, which, you know, back then it was a little bit harder for men to be openly gay, and, you know, a lot harder than it is now. And so they were struggling with those feelings and, you know, struggling to kind of find their relationship terms. So we go through a couple of memories, you know, as far as that goes throughout different times in their friendship and different ages and things. And then as adults, Ellis ends up meeting a woman named Annie, and they hit it off right away. They end up getting married, and so that really definitely changes the dynamic between him and Michael. Eventually something happens and Michael ends up disappearing and really losing contact with everybody for a few years, and no one knows what happened to him or where he went or what was going on. And one day, Ellis ends up finding some journals of Michael's where he was keeping a journal of that time when he was gone. And so you end up reading through Michael's journal entries as well. And so you see what he was going through in that time that he was separated from Ellis, and things that he was experiencing and how he was coping with certain things. And that part was really, really heartbreaking. So overall, this book really is about friendships and about different relationships and the different ways that they can look and feel and affect your life, and, you know, kind of reflecting on memories of Ellis's life and the people that were in it. I really, really enjoyed this book. I loved every single character in here. I thought they were all, you know, fantastic, and they served a certain purpose, whether they were good or bad. And they both added, or everybody added, a lot to the story. Mabel was definitely my favorite character. That woman was spunky, and she didn't take any crap from nobody. And I loved her. And she really loved these two boys and cared for them in the best way possible. She really was, you know, the mother figure that they both needed. I also loved the relationship between Michael and Ellis and Annie, as, you know, all three of them together. I think that the bond that they all shared was so incredibly beautiful and just, you know, very touching. And the way that Annie handled anything that was thrown at her, you know, especially kind of coming into a friendship the way that Michael and Ellis had. And, you know, she had her suspicions and she had her thoughts about everything, and she fit in with them beautifully, and it was just like an unbreakable bond type thing. Like I said, the part where we're reading through Michael's journals was really heartbreaking because he went through some really hard and lonely times while he was separated, but, you know, they were for certain reasons, and you kind of saw that happen. And I really felt myself the whole time just really wanting Ellis and Michael to be reunited so that they can just have their friendship and they can have each other, because it seems like, you know, they really needed each other. The only thing that really threw me off in here is that there are no quotation marks for the speech, for speeches and everything. This copy here is an ARC, so I was wondering maybe if the finished copy would have that, but I did receive a finished copy as well, and it doesn't. So that's the way it's supposed to be written. And that doesn't bother me like a ton. I just have to get used to it. So at first it threw me off, and I was like, okay. And a few times I found myself going, okay, was that said out loud or was that said in someone's head? I'm not really sure. So that threw me off a little bit. If that's something that you don't enjoy, then you definitely would not be okay with this book. And I'm fine with it. It just takes me a bit to get used to. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. I thought it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed reading it, and it's a very short read, so I read it really quickly. And yeah, the story moved along really well, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. So if you would like to get your hands on a copy of this book, again, it is out today, so I will leave an Amazon link down below for you guys. And thank you again, Putnam, for sending this my way. I really appreciate it, and I was so happy that I was able to read it. And that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.